was to get away. Just make my mind and I'll arrange it. Beautiful.
Today we have the pleasure of speaking with actress DomiNque Perry. I first discovered her on Insecure, but can you actually tell us what your first acting role was?
Oh, girl, we talking about back then, or are we talking about like more notable, more roles?
Either or that you want to share.
I did a movie. It was a local film because I'm from Houston. It's called Because I Love You, and I think it's on Amazon Prime. I did it when I was like 22. But I think the more notable role, besides Insecure, of course, my first one was Get Hard with Will Ferrell and Kevin Hart and T.I.
Okay.
Yeah, that was it. It's like a featured extra, but they kept adding stuff, so it was weird. A good weird. I loved it. That was awesome.
That's good. And you know, those are two major people in the game, so that was good to be on that project.
Yeah. It was a blessing, definitely.
Did you always want to become an actress?
Oh, girl, yes. I've never done nothing else. I literally never had a plan B. I've always just been working at this since I was younger. I used to do a summer camp at the Ensemble Theaters in Houston, Texas. It's a famous Black theater downtown in Houston. And it was called the Young Performers Program. I learned scene study, dancing, acting, singing, and we used to do main stage plays. From there, I did musicals. I went to Prairie View University, HBCU.
Okay, now.
Yeah, as well as Texas Southern University, and I majored in theater. So I've literally only did acting all my life and dance. I've always been in the arts, girl. I can't see myself doing nothing else, to be honest.
That's perfect, though.
Yeah.
It fits you. It fits your personality.
Yeah.
So earlier this year, you played in a Peacock series, Bust Down. For those who haven't seen it, how would you describe your character, Nina?
Nina was a kind of straightforward. She's kind of with the shits, but she was the girlfriend to Sam J. It was a comedy. It was wonderful. And she was just your straight around the way girl. I loved her. I loved her character, very down to earth. She loved her girlfriend, Sam, by any means necessary, would do whatever. And she was just one of the girls with all of the guys, excluding Sam, but Sam don't care. Either way, like she was the girl. So she was with it. And she was with all the shenanigans that Jack and Sam and Langston and Chris had. It was just amazing. She was really funny.
Good. Okay, so you're back working with Issa on her newest project, Rap Sht. How does it feel to be working with Issa again?
It feels wonderful. I've never lost touch with Issa at all. But as far as working with her, it's like back to old times again. So for her to have called me to do this role of Nelly, it was so sweet to do. And I was honored. I tell her every time, like, thank you. And I was honored for it because Nelly is me a little bit, just like Tasha was. So it's kind of like Nelly is kind of like my fun side, vibrant side. So I really, really, truly appreciate that she created that space for me to be able to work with her again and work with all of these young ladies. Like, they're just amazing.
Yeah, it really is a great show. So your character Nelly on Rap Sht, she really plays like the party starter of the group. Yep. What kind of friend would you consider yourself?
I am that. I am the turn up. So I never even really drank a lot. Like I was never the drinker, but everybody always think I'm like turned or on something. But it's like, no, it's just my personality. I'm always the girl standing on the couches. Like when they did the finale episode where Nelly was on the couch, that was just something I did because I'm like, everybody be standing on couches, girl, when we be at the day parties. So it's just, she is me. Like I was like, oh, okay, no problem. So just basically the fun side of DomiNque, where I'm with my friends and I'm hanging out, or I'm back in Houston hanging out. You know, I'm always dancing. I'm always doing something. And I'm a good time, especially with like a glass of wine or something or a shot.
It translates like your personality. Like before we got started, y'all, I complimented her on her hair. Yes. Like it's just fits, everything just fits the personality, the characters, like you said about Tasha, all of that. It really translates through. Yes. So when you're not acting, how do you like to spend your free time?
I usually travel back home to Houston a lot and just sort of hang out with my family, my nieces, my sister, my cousins. and I just hang out there. I'm kind of a homebody because I have my daughter. So I'm just usually at home listening to music. I'm a early 2000s girl. I don't really listen to a lot of the new music now, but I'm an early 2000s person. So I listen to a lot of music. I'll go to the beach sometimes because I'm right here in LA. And I really am kind of a bore. If it's not something like my friends be like, hey girl, let's, and I'll be like, let's go. I usually just be at home, or I'll be like in Houston, chilling. Sunday fun day.
No, I appreciate that. Okay, so is there like any dream project that, like, if you could have your ideal role, what would it be?
I know it's cliche, but I like something that will, like something with an action where I can actually use my body, even if it's something that have to do with dance. Like a Chicago, you know, like the movie, like it's kind of like a musical type thing, something where I can utilize my body. Of course I do comedy well, but even getting into some drama, because I can be just as serious as I can be silly. So even getting into some drama or like an action role, like a Catwoman or something like that, where I can really just utilize my talents to its full potential. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, that would be super different.
Yeah, something really different like that, where I get to travel, or I get to be like back down south or something, like things like that, a little bit more active, you know?
Okay, I like that. Okay, so I'm almost certain that Rap Sht is going to be come back for season 2. I heard some talks about it, switching over to from Miami to California. Yeah. So are there any other projects you're going to be in? Anything else in the works you can talk about?
No, I think right now just auditioning, trying to get myself together. I mainly have been focused on my own project that I have written and created with the wonderful Brittany Hall, who was on Ballers on HBO and so much more. So that's my girl. And we created this wonderful film together. It's called Underdogs. It's a comedy. We're looking to film it this year back home in Houston. Okay. And that's what I've been really focused on. Besides, of course, auditioning and trying to get on other projects, just focusing on my own is a blessing. I'm really excited to see like what unfolds with my own project. Yeah. And see how we get it made and if people will like it and kind of circuit it around. So
would you actually be in this project, or would you just EP? Okay.
All of that. Brittany and I are the leads. So it's a comedy. It's really funny. And it's a down south comedy, Underdog. So that's what I'm mainly looking forward to and what I've been working on. But of course, I'm always ready and prepared to be on any project. But right now, that's my baby. And that's what I really want to do, you know, because becoming a first-time writer and creator is exciting. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of people, you know, getting a lot of people to really see you and want to work with you if you don't have like this huge name, you know. So that's a little bit of a challenge for me, but I'm patient. I've been patient for the past 2 years. We've been working on this project. So yeah, that's my main focus right now.
Okay, so for anybody who is wanting to get into, I know I have a lot of young ladies watching who want to be in the entertainment industry in some type of capacity. Do you have any advice for the newcomers?
Oh, girl, yeah. Female. I would say for me, from my own personal experience, it sounds easier said than done, but people understand it, and it just keep going. It gets so hard. Any career that's based on faith, it can be very hard. It can be a struggle. It can be a financial struggle. It can be a mental struggle because you're not where you want to be. You're constant, and stop comparing. I think just keep going and don't compare yourself to too many people, especially on social media. A lot of your peers are doing a lot and you feel like you're stuck, but you just have to keep going and create avenues and work around getting where you want to go, which is the reason why I started creating on my own. You know, you get tired of just waiting for roles and just kind of waiting for your come up to happen. You got to get out there and do it on your own. So that's what I've been doing. That's the main thing I always tell people is just to keep going. You know, I think Steve Harvey said something, I know I'm not getting it right, but something along the lines of a flower have to go through a lot of dirt before it becomes a beautiful flower. Like you have to go through some stuff before you finally can breathe and say, I'm here, I made it, and I see the fruits of my labor. So that's the main two things. Keep it going. I know it's hard. Just keep it going. Create different avenues for yourself. Don't listen to a lot of people. Move out of your city if you feel like you need to. Go wherever you need to go to make your dream come true. Even if it's starting a business, any career that has to depend on faith. not even just about acting, music, modeling, dancing, anything in the arts, starting your own business. It's hard, but I just think keeping it going, keeping God first and talking to him, having a good support system, and not comparing yourself as much. It's hard, but that comparing yourself can be a drag.
Yeah, so how do you overcome those feelings of doubt? Because I know like it's very hard, especially like you said, we're Black and we're women, so we get double whammy.
It's hard. It is. It's hard because like I even go through that because I'm not where I want to be in my career, obviously. But I think it's just in my mind. I had a friend, shout out to my homeboy Wayno. He asked me because I was on the verge of quitting because I was like, this is just not working for me, man. And I'm just getting older. I know I'm just getting older. You know, I have my daughter and it's like not happening. And I remember him saying, I mean, well, so what you gonna do? Like he was really asking, so what you gonna do when you like quit? And I was in my head like, well, dang, I ain't got no plan B. I don't even know how to work a fax machine. So I guess I'll just have to keep going. You know, I think it's just mainly talking to good people, having a good support system. If you don't, talking to God, because that's the main person I talk to.
Amen.
And knowing that it's like, you know what? If I leave this career and do something else, I'm going to be really bad. I'm going to feel really bad about myself. I'm not going to enjoy my life. So why not just go through the trenches, go through the struggle of what I'm going through right now. And I know for a fact that one day I will see success rather than just giving up and literally doing something that I wasn't meant and born to do. And I'm struggling and I'm sad every single day. I think that's what keeps it going. Cause it's like, well, girl, you ain't got no other option. That's just my main thing. It's like, well, let me keep going because I don't have anything else. And I think a lot of people that's in the arts or wanting to start a business or something, you just got to think about it like that. Well, what else are you going to do? You might as well just keep it going. And I have affirmations on my wall, little Post-its in my apartment that I look at daily. I talk to myself in the mirror to keep it going. It sounds crazy, but sometimes you have to get crazy in this business to like have a sane mind, if that makes any sense.
I just watched an interview with Issa, and she said that she speaks to herself a lot, like how we saw on Insecure when she was talking in the mirror. And she said that it's actually, when she looked it up, it was actually a sign of genius. Like they said that geniuses speak to themselves and stuff. Wow. So she was like, even though it sounds crazy to people, I'm gonna keep talking to myself.
Because you know, we beat ourselves. I know a lot of times, especially me, I've spent a lot of my life beating myself down, confidence issues, things like that, you know, feeling like you're not good enough, feeling like you're never going to make it in this and that because you never have. So it's like, you know what? I've spent half my life downing myself. Why not start now uplifting myself and looking in the mirror and saying that you're beautiful and saying that you're about to be successful, saying that, man, I cannot wait. I'm more so now, I thank God for what I don't have, but what I know that I'm going to get, more so than asking anymore. I don't ask anymore. I just wake up and I say, thank you, God, for all of these millions and this financial abundance in my bank account. Thank you, God, for these huge roles, these offers. Like I'm overwhelmed with all of the offers I'm getting. And I'm overwhelmed, but I thank you. Like I'm literally treating it as it's here. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's sort of changing my mindset on keeping it going and staying in the race, because I'm more so thanking him instead of asking anymore. Because I've been asking for so many years, you know, but talking to yourself in the mirror, it is genius. And you're right. It's not crazy. And it actually helps you mentally. You know what I'm saying?
I'm glad that you talked about this and kind of went down this road because mental health is important in general. And it's even more important when you work in this industry because it is not for the faint. For the not part. Only for the get a million no's. Okay.
Yeah, you're going to get a million no's. But it's so funny. Like when you get that one yes, it's like, boom. And it can come at any age. And I think the social media also makes it worse, like we were talking about, as far as like looking at your peers and seeing what they're doing. And you're like, man, we the same age. And I ain't even like, look at them. And then look at me, you know, I can't even get in the club, you know, they can just walk in, you know. But I think it's just knowing what you want and setting forth and just keeping it going. I that comparing could be a lot. But if you just kind of keep the faith and like stay in your mind, like in your mind, be like, I got this, I got this, I got this. It just sort of works and it keeps me going every single day.
Listen, I'm a firm believer that what is for you is for
It's
you.
for you.
And you may not get it when you're 20, you may not get it when you're 30, you may not get it when you're 40. But when it does come, it's in divine time, it's when it's supposed to be. And it's just going to go up and up from that. And you'll see, like, when you get those yeses, you will start to see, like, now I know why I didn't get that before because I wasn't ready yet.
Yeah, and a lot of times you'll see some yeses. I had a agent say this to me. A lot of times the no's that you're so disappointed about, you'll look back at it, especially as an actor, you'll look at the screen and be like, oh, okay, that's okay. You know, I didn't need that one. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was for that person and was for me, I'll wait on. Because you're right, I wouldn't have even, you're right, like that's not for me, you know? And also another thing that's now kept me going, shout out to everybody at Buzz Down. It was an amazing, amazing show. And Jack Knight, who was one of the creators and writers, recently took his life. And he was a dear friend of mine. Yeah, he was a dear friend of mine. But one thing that he posted on his story like minutes before, he wrote a story about me on Instagram and said, he didn't tag me, but he almost was like, if you see it, you see it. And I just so happened to see it because I always used to go to his stories. And it said DomiNque Perry could be our next Regina Hall if Hollywood just finds some good writers to write for her. And girl, I screenshotted it, not knowing anything. I just thought it was sweet. And I texted him and everything like that. And I was like, screw that. We can just go to another network, like no problem. And I didn't know that that's what was going on. But to hear him say that and think about me in his last minutes, that meant the world to me. So I'm going to get it framed because I still have the screenshot. And that is my affirmation that I'm going to look at on my wall every single day. So anything that I do now, I just remember what Jack said about me because that really, truly meant a lot.
Well, I'm going to confirm, stamp, and sign everything that he said because one of the reasons why I reached out to you is because I do see that. Like, I watch a lot of film and I watch a lot of this stuff because, I have to report on it. Yeah. And you have always, even though you may not be the main character in these positions, you stand out. You stand out. You still stand out. Like,
I appreciate that. I've always been saying, like, we like the start. I'm not the starting five, but I'm the one on the bench that's like they'll tag me in when they in a crunch. They're gonna tag me in. I'm that side piece until I get like the lead. So I'm okay with that. I just wait. I appreciate that though, Jazz. Like, I really truly do.
No, listen, you're in the room though, because there's some people right now who I hope when they watch this and they see you're relatable and you're keeping it real, and other women who are wanting to get into this business, wanting to do either what I'm doing or what you're doing, they can see like it's possible. They're doing it. They're not, listen, I ain't Oprah.
Right.
Not yet.
You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people need to hear relatable people that they see on television or they see doing whatever they want to do. They need to hear those type of stories and hear, because everybody wants to post their success. Nobody wants to post how they get there or what's really going on. They just gonna post, all of what's the happiness and the joy. And it's like, man, no, I'm very transparent. I'm not I don't feel like transparent to the point where I look bad or anything, or people are too much into it with me. But I'm always transparent enough to show people, like, girl or guy, like, I go through it too. It's not all giggles and fun all the time. Like, and a lot of us that are on TV sometimes have these problems. You know what I'm saying? And to know that there is somebody that you can relate to. I think that's the biggest thing for me. I always try to like tell stories for people, not even about myself. Like, I always try to like hope that somebody can listen to something that I say, even though I blabber. I hope somebody can listen to something that I say and be like, you know what? I'm going through the same thing. I get her. We all need that. I'll be searching for a lot of actresses that have relatable stories, more so than just, man, look at them. I don't even know how they made it, but they just made it. Like, wow. I like to hear people's stories, you know, and hear how God-fearing people are. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
Well, thank you so much. It has been a pleasure
Yeah.
speaking with you today, and I wish you all the best on your future endeavors. Listen here, if y'all don't know who Miss DomiNque Perry is, y'all need to Google, watch her shows. Rap Sht and Bust Down are both streaming right now. Please check her out. She is amazing. She is going to be somebody, and I can't wait to talk to you again when your
Thank
new
you.
project comes out, girl.
Yes, I appreciate that, Jasmine. Thank you so much for having me. I love your show. Can't wait till it comes out. And much success to you too, girl. Let's both rise up in here.
Amen.